I've come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already ablazing. I've come to not unite, but division. You know, I was visiting with a friend of mine who is a Dallas Cowboys fan. Well, I really should say he's a Dallas Cowboys nut, because he has so much stuff. It's all over the place. He's got cushions and coasters and wall jerseys and helmets, and I mean, everywhere you look, there's just like, apart from me, I said, like, what, have you a part-time investment in the team? I said, oh no, I'm just an avid fan. But he does, and so, but we can't really talk football, truth be told, because I'm obviously a 49ers fan, and as soon as we get into it, so you can just start to see the sparks. And it's only a matter of time when fire will ignite. But anyway, we tease each other a lot, but we're not really, we wouldn't really fight, because he's not that much, I mean, he loves it. It's a sport for him, and it is for me. But I've gone to other people's homes, and believe me, it is not just a sport, it's a religion. Like, I have a friend who's an LA Dodgers fan. Oh my gosh. You cannot bring up giants. You can't even say the word a giant of something. What did you say? So, I mean, we do take our sports very seriously. And we do get into arguments. I know that, like, some families are really divided over their sports. Now, look, we know politics divides us. I mean, look, let's not, we're tired of hearing about that. But sports has a way of dividing us. Like, it can really get, like contentious in some households where they can argue. It is a sport, but I think it's more like a religion. But you have to admire at least this much, that when somebody is all in on their sport, whatever team that is, they're all in. Like my friend who's Dallas Cowboys, it's all in. Like, there is no option for anything else. There's no maybe 49ers could be a good team. No, it's all about the Cowboys, right? It's that sense of all in that Jesus is talking about today's gospel. That he wants to set our hearts on fire. Now, it's not about sports. He wants us to set our hearts on fire about God and about his message of love for this world. And he says that I wish the whole earth was ablaze with a sense of passion, that you could just understand what I'm trying to say. Now, he's not Pollyannish. He knows that if you do become that on fire for the Lord, that it's going to cause division. Because when you're that on fire, now it can't be just in thought or just in word. What he's talking about is in action, right? That you're on fire about how it is that we think of the world, and your actions follow that. When you're on that fire for the Lord, other people do think you're nutty. They really do. I mean, the challenge is that people find it hard to take. They want a lot more room for their own value. Like, for example, when we're all in on the right to life for a child in the womb, that can be divisive because people don't agree on that. Like that offends people. When we are all in on defending people from the death penalty, people disagree on that. People believe that there are certain crimes that deserve death and nothing short of it. And a more gruesome death, the better. Because they need to be punished. They need to be, or if we're all in, if we believe in Christ Jesus and the message that the world, that we are all individuals that are loved by God, created by God and loved by God. And we advocate for those who are on the margins. Like those who are refugees and immigrants who find no place in the home, and we advocate for them. That causes division because there are those who say, no, it's all about us and ours. And we're not one world. We are individual nations. And that causes division. And when we reach out to those who are struggling, like with mental illness, and we advocate for those who are struggling with mental illness on that wide spectrum of different struggles, people start to call us nuts because we think that they have equal value, and they do. You see, that's the struggle for us. And when we advocate for people who are other margins, that the LGBTQ or are divorced, and you name those other margins, then when we're all in on those, then it is divisive, my friends. Or it can be, and it usually is. Now look, we have witnesses in today's readings. The first reading is the prophet Jeremiah spoke up, and he was thrown into a cistern, left to die, because he was too hard to hear, divisive. And the letter to the Hebrews assures us a whole list of cloud of witnesses that have listed off and fought the right for love in the world. And they were often martyred or killed for it. I mean, our whole list of saints all have, at one point or another fought for a cause that everyone else thought was crazy because their heart was on fire. You and I are called to be on fire like that. And I get we come here every Sunday, and it's wonderful that we do. But this is just the start of it, my friends. Because if this is where we come and we finish, it's not enough. This is not where we come on fire. This is where we start the fire. This is where we light it again, rekindle it, and set our hearts on fire to go out into the world and to proclaim by our actions that we are on fire. That's what we're called to do. Now, I understand, just like Jesus, that's going to cause a little division. But let's be honest and authentic to ourselves. That we come here to start it, and the only way that we're going to be able to continue that fire is to have this deep relationship with Christ, where that conviction, that passion comes from within our hearts. And then we are authentic. It's not an effort. Why? It's because it's who we are. And we act from who we are. Whether it's speaking up for a homeless, or a LGBT, or an immigrant, or whether we just feed the homeless, where we build a home for the broken and wounded. My friends, it is great we come here, but we must set our hearts on fire for the Lord. That's what the Lord wants from us. He said, I came to set the world on fire, and how I wish it were ablaze.